Hey everyone, it's Ashley, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. So I have my home fragrance empties for the month of January. Happy February, everybody. Crazy, we're already a whole month into the new year. I feel like I'm barely starting to get my feet under me and like figure some things out. So welcome to 2023, we're a whole month in. I want to just say quickly, because this is very time sensitive, Bring Back My Bar for Scentsy got extended through the end of February, but everything is while supplies last. So if you haven't added these things to your Scentsy club yet, do it now. If a bar sells out, I don't know if they're going to pull it from Scentsy Club. Typically, that's how limited time offer situations work. After 30 days, they get pulled when they sell out. So update your Scentsy Club, please, as soon as possible. This is a time-sensitive matter. If you want these bars, Scentsy Club's the way to go. Put them in your club today. Don't wait. I need to check, like, has anything even... I'm just gonna get on the website. I need to get into my club, to be honest. That's probably what I'm gonna do next after this video. But has anything sold out already? I don't think so. No, it does not appear so. But I wouldn't be shocked if as soon as the clock turns, and as February goes on, if they don't start pulling some things. Like, I wouldn't be too shocked. So, okay. We're really here to talk about empties, but I did just want to get that announcement out of the way. I think I'm going to start with Scentsy pods. So I actually have all the empties from all the home fragrance categories because I'm trying to be better about using my spreadsheet. I do believe I have this link down below for you guys. I'm pretty positive I do because a couple, maybe like month or so ago, I shared this template that I made for you guys if you also want to track your empties and inventory. So I'm combining all of my home fragrance things. Before I was kind of just talking about candles and wax, but I really want to track everything I'm using to get a concise, like, what am I using per month? Blah, 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 blah. So this is the first month of the year, but I've actually been tracking this since September for certain things. So I do have kind of an average going, which I'm going to talk about as well. Okay, let's start with pods. It's also freaking cold here, and I feel like my nose just constantly runs. It's like, it's 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Love that for us in the Midwest. Okay, I got through 4 pods this month, 4 sets of pods, which is pretty normal because I feel like I typically do a pod a week. Like, I start my pods in my work air purifier. At the end of the week, I take them out and I bring them home and put them in my bedroom air purifier. And then at the end of that week, I will put them in my office purifier. So they kind of go through like this 3-week rotation. So pretty much every week I'm pulling a new pod, unless there's certain unforeseen circumstances, like I'm working from home a lot, or like, you know, life gets the best of me, I don't pull a new pod. Generally, me just like pulling a pod out of my stash starts the whole cycle, and I do the big rotation and put the empty pods in the bin. So because of that, I feel like this isn't a problem area for me. Clearly I went through 4 with no problem. So I went through Very Snowy Spruce. This was right at the tail end of the year, kind of at the start of the new year. I went through, this is Apple and Cinnamon Sticks, which I think are actually still going. But the actual empty is of Autumn Hearth, which honestly, I feel like now I've realized I don't love Autumn Hearth. Like, I know I've said this in multiple videos, but something about it gives me like a pizza sauce gone bad type situation. Not a fan. So this was the pod for Autumn Hearth, but these are actually Winterberry Apple Tea. So good. I'm definitely buying some more of these. I think in my last, I have a party I just closed, and I think I got some, and then I also have, I think in my last party I closed when I did pods, I stocked up on some of those as well. Maple Rum Cake I also have going, but this is pods of Christmas Cottage. Christmas Cottage is not my favorite. I thought I would give it a try, but it's just not my favorite. Like, I want to, in this next catalog season, and just going forward in general, just be more intentional. I've kind of like not decluttered, but I've tried to pare down my Scentsy wax stash a lot. I still have quite a bit. I'm really trying to get under the number 250. I know some people might be like, oh my gosh, you have 250, and some people might be like, you only have 250. Like, I know it's going to be all over the ends of the spectrum, but I'm really trying to kind of get my collection below 250 because my storage ideally holds 250. And I really just want to have it all in my storage unit and not all over my office because it just makes me overwhelmed. I'm like trying to that's kind of my year goal, is to like clean and simplify the things and not have so much stuff everywhere. And like, it just overwhelms me. And so I'm trying to start there rather than just be like, oh, it's fine, I'll just work around the like piles of things. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm trying to work to be better. So like Autumn Hearth, Christmas Cottage, these types of things, I want to work to be better, and just like, I'm not gonna retry them unless I feel like I'm really out of things to try. And I just would rather melt like apple and cinnamon sticks that I know I like instead of buying Autumn Hearth. So I just don't want to get into this habit like, oh, I'll just buy one of every bar just because, you know, I want to try them all again. Like, it's been 2 years. I don't like Autumn Hearth. I still don't like Christmas Cottage. I don't need to continue trying to buy these scents that, like, I have the testers. If I'm not compelled to buy them on the tester, I probably don't need to buy the full bar. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure that resonates with some people, like trying to be more intentional about not just buying things just to like have them to test. I want to just buy the bars I like, and like I obviously get a ton in my Scentsy Club. I should just be melting those and not buying bars that I'm like, well, I'll give it a try. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. But I finished up 4 pods for this month. I would say that's probably my average. My average is off because I didn't have any. I only started tracking them this month and last, and I finished up 4 in both months. So there's that. I finished up a brick. Can you believe it? This is how long it's been since I've done a brick update, you guys. Look at all these blank spaces. This is the first brick I have finished since September, I'm pretty sure. That's like, what? But I want to like re-pull out my bricks, refocus on my bricks. This one, I think I had 3 cubes left in it, and I put 1 of the 3 in, and I was like, I only have 2 left. I could just finish this brick off. And let me tell you how good it felt to finish this off. This is Salted Caramel Toffee, which is currently available in the catalog, but is going away at the end of the month. It's just a sweet caramel toffee scent. I don't think I'm gonna club this or anything. I enjoyed this. I don't believe I have another brick of it. I think I have a bar of it though, so I could get by with that. Also, I feel like this is a question that other people have, but I never really see a concise answer on. I know these bricks can be, like these clams can be recycled, like the clams. However, look at this. Like, it's so incredibly juicy and like wax everywhere. Is that allowed in the recycling bin? Like, part of me feels like it's not, but like I also feel like I see people just dumping all their empties right in the recycle bin. What do you do with these clams? Like, a clean clam, like, I don't know if I have an example, but like when they come out really clean, I don't feel like I have a problem with that, but I feel like I have a problem with this in my recycle bin. Like, I don't want to be the person that they're dumping all the recycling out because I put something non-recyclable in my bin. So if you have recycling advice, please let us know what you do with your oily, messy clams, because I feel like you can't just toss this right in the bin looking like this. But if you think you can, and obviously I think this depends on your like municipality rules, but let a girl know in the comments. I'm sure other people are also wondering, because I have seen some other people ask about this. Like, so you just put your stuff right in the recycling? And I feel like I kind of divvied up by clam. Like, ooh, that looks really dirty. I don't think that would be allowed. I don't know how strict my recycling center is. So anyway, 1 brick finished. Ideally, let's see. think I need to redo my inventory, but I think I have, oh my gosh, I have in my notes I have 34 bricks. That can't be accurate, can it? That seems really excessively high. I thought I maybe had like 24. So I need to redo my inventory, but ideally I have my goal set at like 20. I'd really love to have like 20 bricks. So I think I need to use up like a brick per month this year is kind of the goal. Sorry, I'm really kind of getting off track in this video. I apologize. I did use up this little sample cup in Mango Margarita, which is in a collection coming out on the 13th of February. I really like it. I'll be doing a review on it soon. I didn't actually count this towards my empties. I probably could have, but it's not like a full Scentsy bar. It's like 2 cubes. So I didn't actually count that, but I finished up 18 Scentsy bars this month. Let's talk about them. Hazelnut Latte, good in my club. I'm probably just going to tell you if I like these and would repurchase. Autumn Blaze Maple, wasn't a fan of this actually. So this is current Bring Back My Bar. It smells good on cold, but when it was warming, it was a no for me. So not going to repurchase. Candy Crave in my club, 100% staying there. Perk Me Up, available in Bring Back My Bar. This is also in my club. I think I actually prefer Hazelnut Latte because it's more universal. Perk Me Up is a better coffee scent, but Hazelnut Latte is a little bit coffee, but also it's it's enough coffee to be like, there might be coffee, but it's also not enough coffee that you can't do it all day. I hope that makes sense. Perk Me Up is like, if you're doing it at 3 p.m., you're like, who's making the pot of coffee? Who just put on the fresh pot of coffee at 3 p.m.? Like, that's what you're kind of thinking. This one for me would only be a morning warm. I actually warmed the rest of the bar of Hazelnut Latte all day, and it was really good. So I am clubbing both of them, but I think I prefer, for versatility, Hazelnut Latte. Blackberry Spice, I thought I would really like this one, but I actually decided I don't, and so I won't be clubbing that because it's going away. Clementine Blossom is from the Valentine's Day collection, and it's amazing. This one I am clubbing. It smells like cleaning, like, how did I describe this the other day? Like soapy, like bubbles almost, and an orange starburst in the freshest way possible. It's really, really good. My favorite from the Valentine's Day collection is Starburst Sky. Oh, it's so pretty. Some of you guys feel like this is giving similar like Baccarat, Rouge, 540, Cloud-ish type vibes. And I feel like it's not exactly identical, but if you're into that kind of thing, I'm into that kind of thing. It's really, really good. So a lot of the Valentine's Day collection stuff is selling out, but these two are in my club. The last bar in that mix is Pink Sunshine, and this is the rose of the group. She's okay, but she's like a fruity rose. No, probably the strongest. Definitely my least favorite though. That's not going in my club. In this office here today, I'm melting the Mandalorian. And I'll be honest, I'm just melting this because I have a half clam of it and I need to get it used up. I organized all my bars and I was like I said, I'm trying to reorganize all my bars. I set every bar I really don't want to melt aside and only put the bars I truly love into my storage under my 250 limit. And I actually have just like a small amount of growing room, which is like, I have clubs coming. I have plenty of bars coming all the time. So like that's going to be gone in an instant. But I was like, I can't pull from that stack of bars until I use up some of these half-used clams. This being one of them. I probably had this from the last release of this collection, just sitting open. I don't really care for it. It's like fresh and woody and like kind of a bathroom scent, but I just put it in my office here. Literally 5 cubes the rest of the clam because I'm like, I have to be done with you. I want to move on to the people I like. And so you're just really bothering me sitting here not like doing anything for me. So I used it up quick. Well, it's going right now. I honestly probably won't let it go for very long. Like That might seem wasteful, but I'm just trying to get through that one. You can probably tell I don't love it. Spiced berries from Bring Back My Bar, also not a love. This one is just, also the clam on this, I know other people have said, but the clam is like fragile. It's too like, it has frankincense and myrrh in it, and it kind of just smells like not my thing. It's like old smelling. I don't want that to sound mean, but it kind of smells like a bunch of like elderly people gathering at church. I don't know why that's like, you're sitting on like an old kind of dusty pew, and like the old ladies with their like, I don't know, like, you know, maybe I feel like all older ladies wear like extremely pungent perfume, and it's just kind of like stale air in the church because no one comes in the middle of the week except for on Sunday. And that's probably a bad picture I'm painting with that scent, but I just don't love it, and something about it reminds me of just like old ishness. I know some people love it. I'm sorry, it's just not my thing. I like the berry part of it, but that's it. So I know people don't like me for this either, but I don't like cranberry muffin. It's too strong for me, and it kind of reminds me of like the Bath and Body Works confetti cake pop, how that was like so bakery, like gourmand, almost giving you a headache sweet. That's what I get from this. It's just like so intense, a little bit of that like tart cranberry, but also very loud note. It's just like, if you like really, really strong scents, I mean, I don't know if this is being really strong for everybody, but I feel like I got crazy performance from it and I didn't love it. So it was like a double whammy. I was like, I don't love the scent and it's crazy strong. Isn't that how it always happens though? Okay, coconut palm. This one, I need to check if it's in my glove because I don't know what I'm doing with this. I think I need to get a couple more bars to evaluate some more, because I feel like I had this going in my bedroom and in my open concept. My open concept a couple days, like maybe, I don't even know if I did it a couple days or if I just did it one because I was testing and I was like, this is like a flop, I can't smell it. In my room, I let it go for like a couple days and I feel like it kind of was there, like I could smell it, but it like, I felt like it had been too long past the point where I probably shouldn't be smelling it, but I could still. And I was like, wait a minute, is that like coconut scent? Like, part of me also just really wants to love this because it's a coconut. And I'm just trying to find my perfect coconut with Scentsy. So I'm getting a couple bars of this because I need to evaluate what its status is. We need to check our status, me and Coconut Palm. Peppermint Rush, I enjoyed, and then I was like, no, I'm not clubbing it. I actually don't like this. And then I ended up changing my mind. Like, I think the same situation with this one. I was like, I don't like it while it was going. And then the next day I was like, you know, actually this is really nice. In the clam, it's toothpaste. I totally get everyone is saying that. It definitely changes on warm. I feel like whatever's in the clam is almost spicy with the peppermint, but I didn't get any of that while I was warming. I don't know if that's the right term, but it kind of has like that biting and not like the cold biting, like something sharp, which I feel like is almost a spiciness. That doesn't come out on warm. So I'm gonna get some more of that. Cozy cardigan. I have this going today and yesterday, and it's so good, you guys. It's amazing. I will say though, this scent needs space to breathe. I have the scent pack of Cozy Cardigan in my pillowcase, and some nights it's like almost choking me out. It's really, really strong. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put the wax in, but I feel like, is this gonna be overwhelming like the scent pack is when it's in my pillowcase next to my face? Going actually like in the air, beautiful. Neck, like my nose in it all night in the pillowcase, a little bit too intense, not gonna lie. So I might take that out and like repurpose it, put it somewhere else. Maybe just like put it in my sock drawer or something. But cozy garden, you guys, this is going in my club. It's really good. Gotta take a drink of my water. Okay. Sticky cinnamon bun, not clubbing. This is all cinnamon and no sticky bun. Everyone has been saying that, and everyone is correct. I didn't get red hot cinnamon from it. Some people did. I just got a lot of bakery cinnamon. Like, you literally took the cinnamon container, like the little powder container cinnamon comes in, and you just like opened it and put your nose above it. Like, that's basically all I got. So it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's too spicy in here, I'm like, eh. But it was also just like, oh, I want this to be like a bakery cinnamon with like I'm literally picturing a cinnamon bun, but I'm just getting the cinnamon. So that, which is fine. Like, I have plenty of bars in my club, but that was a want for me. Crumb Top is so good and just keeps getting better as it keeps going. Like, it just doesn't die, and it's so good. This one is going in my club. It literally smells like the crumbles on top of like a pie or a muffin or something so delectable bakery. It's so good. It's so, so good. Don't kill me for saying this. Part of me is like, now that I have this, should I get rid of almond croissant in my club? I know. Don't come for me. I haven't made any club edits like a remove almond croissant, but I've been teetering with the idea of removing almond croissant, but I know it's not coming back any day soon. Well, that's what I'm assuming. And so part of me's nervous, but if I'm not using it, I think that says something, right? Like, obviously, if I'm not actively using it, do I need it in my club? And now I feel like I have a better alternative. I don't know. Some people are probably screaming. I know when some people are like, I'm removing apple butter frosting from my club. I'm like, oh, you would never. I like freak out on their behalf, even though I have it in my club. It's just like the shock, you know? Sparkling Magnolia, did this in the bedroom. This is just such a nice scent, and I feel like I can never get rid of this because I might be the only person who liked it. I know there's probably a couple of us who liked it, but it's on the lighter side, but it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful scent. I wish I had a backup fragrance flower of it because my fragrance flower in this collection, which was Mother's Day, is still going. It's on its last leg, but it's still going, and when I get whiffs of it, it's so good. It's so, so good. So I'm glad I have the bar in my club, but it's definitely light, but it's so good. Okay. Last bar is Pink Coconut. I actually didn't melt this. This is the one I used for samples, but I have this in my melting basket right now. And I'm so excited. It's so good, you guys. This is officially available as of February 1st. Get your hands on it. It is so good. It is so good. Okay. 18 Scentsy bars used up for the month. I have that my average is 20. So I'm feeling pretty good about the 18. I'm kind of, once again, as always, refining how I'm using up my Scentsy bars. So I feel like this number will continue to edit, but I'm just trying to be better about using what I want and using my wax. Like, just turning on my warmers, even if it's one, I feel like I can get so caught up in my head, like, oh, I'm not turning on all of my warmers, so why turn on any? I just need to get out of my head, and sometimes just like, kind of like when I got started with Scentsy, I would just turn on my one warmer in the kitchen and it would like get the space all smelling good, and I was just so happy about it. I'm trying to kind of get into my Scentsy because I feel like I kind of fell out of it when I was getting really busy, and I was like, I'm not prioritizing that type of stuff. I'm trying to fall back in love with the whole experience and just not take it so seriously, like I have to change my wax today. I'm just enjoying it, you know what I mean? Okay, next, let's talk about vendor wax. I actually finished up 2 vendor waxes. I have gone through, you guys kind of know my journey if you've been here. I like really went off the deep end with the vendor wax. Then I kind of went on the whole opposite end of the spectrum, like get rid of all my vendor wax. I don't want any of it. So I kind of just have this like leftover pile of like wax that I either couldn't destash Not that I couldn't, but basically like I didn't end up destashing because either no one bought it or whatever the case might have been. And some select other waxes that are non-Scentsy. Essentially, I call all of it vendor. But some of it's like Walmart and Yankee and whatever. Some of those I like bought more recently because I just like the scent. So I'm trying to kind of find the happy medium between all of that. So I actually finished 2. I'm really excited. I finished up Rose Girl's Night Shift, which is a coffee blend, and I finished up my Peppermint Coconut Marshmallow, which is from June 11th of 2021. So I do want to continue to focus on my vendor wax. I don't know entirely what capacity that will be in, but I used up 2. I haven't used up a vendor wax at least in September. This is the first one I've tracked since September. Maybe I just also wasn't keeping track back then, but I know I'm like haven't actively been using vendor wax. I think I have 38 units, if you will, which is like this would be 2. I have 38 from the last time I tracked my inventory in December. I need to redo my inventory, but ideally, I think my goal, I have my goal is 5. That might be a little bit ridiculous, but I basically just want to use up a lot of it. I can reevaluate, obviously, if I want more than 5. But kind of my thought process is, like, I don't want that to be a huge collection. I really just want to, like, if I find a couple clams I really love, like pumpkin apple muffins from Better Homes and Gardens, I'm okay with having maybe, like, 2 value packs of those and just melting them when I want to, versus having, like, hundreds of bags and 250 Scentsy bars. Like, so, trying to be better about that. Okay, next let's talk about Wallflowers. I feel like I did really good on the Wallflower department. I don't know how this happened, but I feel like I really kind of knocked it out of the park this month with this one. Okay, first, I have this is technically a Wallflower. However, it's a Better Homes and Gardens fragrance oil refill in Smoky Gray Mist. So I have a Better Homes and Gardens plug-in, which is essentially like a Wallflower, but it's not a Wallflower. It's fragrance oil plug-in. It works the same way. It's not as sturdy. Like, you don't screw in this bottle. You just like push it into the thing and pull it out. It doesn't like screw or anything. So it's like not quite as flimsy, but dang, it like uses this oil pretty quickly. Like, I don't know if it's just a little hotter or the oil, like maybe it's not as full. Nope, it's the same fluid ounces. So I don't know, but it seemed like this went in like a month just being plugged in one spot in the spare room. I don't have any more of these, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that plug-in because I don't necessarily need to go out and buy more Wallflowers or like these types of products. But there you have it. 4 actual Wallflowers. This can't be right. I have a Harvest Gathering. I'm pretty sure that's correct. I have a Mahogany Balsam. I feel like that's correct. This was actually a really good scent. I would definitely buy that again next year if it came out. It was like tree note with men's cologne, like Mahogany Balsam. This isn't marshmallow. Okay, these 2 are definitely wrong. One of these, 2 more Empties. The tags I have on them are current scents I have plugged in, so I know they're not correct. Oh, this was Strawberry Pound Cake, but look how destroyed that is. And the wick didn't reach the bottom, so I couldn't use it all the way up. But Strawberry Pound Cake, I had this half gone at work, and I was like, why don't I just take this home and use it up? Like, every time I use Strawberry Pound Cake, I remember how much I love it. And how much I need to find a Scentsy dupe that I can melt all the time, because Strawberry Pound Cake is the freaking best. It's so good. This was definitely, I don't know what it is. I don't think it was 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Or not 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I think this was the perfect Christmas. Right now I have 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. It's like a hint of tree. I think this was the perfect Christmas. And this one, like, every single drop got used up. So that was 5 Wallflowers, which is crazy. I have in here that my average is 1.6, but last month I used 3 and this month I used 5. I feel like I have enough plugins that I probably use up at least 3 Wallflowers a month, I would say. Ideally, I would get that number a little higher because I do want my Wallflower goal I have set at 24. I just set these goals kind of willy-nilly, like, let's be honest. I didn't necessarily like put too much effort into thinking like calculation wise or anything. I just set it at 24, which would be, I don't know, like I was kind of trying to base it off of like, if I feel like I use this many in the year and 12 months and whatever, like I just was kind of doing estimations. I didn't necessarily have like a specific reason, but I just bought some Wallflowers if you've watched my channel, so I definitely have some to go through. So let's talk lastly candles. I finished up 5 candles this month and I need to make sure I remove those from my inventory. I have myself a note in my empties bin. Where should we start? I feel like the first one I finished, I will say, I really utilized my candle crock this month, which helped me get through 5 candles. I was really on a hot streak at the beginning of the month and I was like, okay, candle crock's ready for another one. Let's go. And I feel like now that I'm kind of down on my candle project, like I've used a lot of them and I'm kind of like running out of choices. I'm not as willing to put something into the candle crock next. So I kind of need to do that update and get rolling on that because my candle crock really does help me get through candles. So first up, I have Winter Candy Apple. This one had wicks that were really close to the edge when I put it into the project, which I had it in a different project from years past. But the wicks were really suspicious. They were really close to the edge. So I was like, I'm just going to put it right in the crock. And it smelled so good, but you can definitely tell I put it right in the crock. Look at those wicks. No movement, and look at the wicks. You can instantly tell. Yeah, Winter Candy Apple is literally the best in December. Like, it just makes me feel like it's December when I have Winter Candy Apple going, and it was so strong and so good in the crock. I feel like next up, I am pretty sure I put in Pumpkin Spice Latte. So this one, I don't know if you can tell. I finished it right about here, which is maybe just under half. I feel like we had a little bit of sitting situations going on here. Can you see that right there? Also, the wax looks really murky. I feel like in person, it looks even more murky. Also, I feel like it looked even murkier before I put it in the candle crock. I feel like some of that kind of settled to the bottom a little bit. I feel like it looked even worse. This one, however, it started getting really murky and it started smelling really weird. Like it started almost smelling more lactonic than I remember. It says it has, one of the notes is homemade whipped cream, but it was almost starting to smell like a milkiness, like powdered milk. Like it was not my jam. So I was like, it's already getting like this city gross, like dirty wax, all that. I'm not loving the smell. I'm just going to put it in the crock. So that's what I did. We also have a 'Tis the Season. I feel like I did pretty good on this one. This one got probably, once again, maybe like half-ish way. Went into the crock. The crock is just so great. And then you can just pop these in the freezer and this remaining wax will just come out and you can recycle the jar. I love it. It makes it so easy. I do wish I had some sort of vessel besides a lamp I could put my homework stars into. I feel like part of me is just deterred. Like this makes using Bath & Body Works candles or this style of candles so easy because I can just put it in this crock and crock it. I need a homeworks option. The candle lamp is just not as easy as the crock. Cinnamon sugared pecans. This one I used not quite to halfway. This one I just didn't love the smell. It smells like nothing now. The lid has a hint of the scent. I feel like it was just getting too nutty. Like the aspect of burning and the nuttiness wasn't making me love it. And I was just like, you know what? When the croc's free next, that one's going in there. And so I was kind of burning it while the crock was being used with those others. Once it was free for its next victim, I was like, cinnamon sugared pecans, you're up next. And then lastly, I finished up Marshmallow Fireside in the crock. This one, once again, right kind of under halfway. I don't know if this got like sooty kind of, or what the deal was. I don't know why I ended up putting this in the crock per se, but it was amazing in the crock. And now I have the Wallflower plugged in, and it's so good. The Wallflower plug-in of Marshmallow Fireside mixed with Cozy Cardigan going in the wax. So good, you guys. It was so good. Okay, I have 2 declutters. One of the declutters I have is a Wallflower in the Perfect Autumn. I'm not counting this toward my Wallflower empties. I actually have like a decluttered section in my spreadsheet just so that I can kind of keep track of like how many things I'm decluttering, because I don't want to just be decluttering a bunch of things to buy a bunch of other things. Like I want to kind of keep that in mind. So the Perfect Autumn, you might be like, why are you decluttering it? I'm decluttering it because look at this wick. I had this in a plug-in, and I feel like now that it's back out of the plug-in, it's just, when the wicks are like this, it's a disaster. So also, this is completely not seasonal at this point. Like, it's over. It's so far past. I don't want to save it till next fall. It already is the broken wick. I'm just done with it. So I have just been holding on to it since fall. It's getting decluttered. I'm over it. It's already half empty. Like, I'm so over it. Once again, trying to clear my space of the things that don't make me happy. Okay, and then I'm also trying to finish, but I'm actually just gonna declutter the vanilla raspberry potion oil from Scentsy. So this is probably, can I get it? I feel like it's maybe like this far, like just over halfway. I've been trying to use this, and it smells fine. I mean, it smells like, the first little whiff, you're like, oh, we're at the bar gonna take a liquor drink, or like shot. That's what it kind of smells like. But it's just like berries, and like, it's called a potion. It smells like kind of like patchouli-esque, like a little bit of something else in there with the fruits. When this is going, it mostly smells like raspberry to me. Raspberry, it's called vanilla raspberry potion, but it mostly is fruity, and then it's like that spicy potion, patchouli, whatever's going on. In the diffuser, it smells like dirt. It smells so bad going, and I've tried to mix it with like marshmallow buttercream, like get more of that vanilla to come out. It smells like dirt. I'm not a fan of it, but I've already used some of it, so I don't want to like be like, here, somebody have this. Like, if somebody just wants the leftover bottle here, comment down below. But I, once again, don't want to just hold on to this forever hoping someone else wants it. So if you really want it, please contact me, because I'm gonna declutter this because I don't love the scent of it. And I want to love it. Or if you have a mix suggestion that I could try, let me know. But I've literally been trying to use this, even to the point where I would like have it going during the day while I was gone, but it would still be going when I came home and it smelled like dirt. So I'm not impressed with that. Okay, before I make this video any longer, I just want to give you some number totals. So I finished up 35 home fragrance items this month. That's really exciting. That's not counting the declutters, of course. Last month I only finished up 29. So I feel like we're getting a really good start to January. I hope I can continue that, because that 35 to me is a good number. Over 1 a day is great. So I have this going for all my categories. Like I said, I'm going to leave this spreadsheet down below for you guys. I'm pretty sure it's linked a place you can like make a copy of it. So enjoy if you're a numbers person. Thank you guys so much for watching. I didn't talk about any of the clams I've been warming recently that I haven't emptied, because those will be coming in my what I have been warming video throughout the month. This is only things that I've emptied. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.